Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take a breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Now grab your glass for some water. Get your pitcher of some water, or the bottle. Lift that pitcher of some water. Just then pour that water. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now, move your body, drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Move your body, drink some water, stretch. Family, move your body. Drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Now take a break, rather than drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Grab your, drink some water. Toast your ancestors, drink some water. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, lift, move, toast. God, I'm messing up. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Drink. Family, lift your glass and toast and drink. I want to welcome you to the Daily Toast. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live and direct. Family, listen. We have a very, very quick and busy weekend popping off. Man, oh man. First off, we got warrior training this morning. My fault, this afternoon, starting at about 2 p.m. I will have to leave a little bit early. We're going to be talking about the Malcolm X Festival, trying to get everything prepped because we got 2 weeks left. 2 more weekends. And we're going to be popping off the Malcolm X Revolutionary Leader Conference. Now, dang, I'm still thinking conference. That's how my mind clicked. But it's the festival, family. We're going to come out. We're going to have a good time. You could join us right now. I'm working on trying to get these lines open so that the family can join me in conversation after we get done with our toast. Make sure we got everything together that we need. You know.
Please hold while we wait for the others to join.
Alright, let me hang it up. I'm going to hang it up. And we're going to start it again and see if we are up. And we can start our conversation. But like I said, pick your subjects. If you don't have none, of course, you know I got some on the Giami journey. There we go. Alright, cool. Just wanted to make sure that the speaker was up. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Always on point. But first, I want to remind you that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Giami Journey Media. Anime, what's going on, girl? There we go. This is a Heart of a Simple production. It's a Heart of Simple production. And you are now listening to the Daily Toast. My children ready to get up out of here because we headed to the warrior training. And of course you know, we strive to blow up your old paradigms. So we'll start the conversation after we do the toast. So let me just walk you through how we're going to do this. I have some stuff up on the timeline. I'm going to go through it. And we could discuss that. Of course, y'all know, those that's been around, y'all know that we have some conversations that we didn't have around some of these proverbs and quotes. You know, for the last couple of weeks, I've been kind of chilling. I say, hopefully I ain't hurt nobody's feelings. But hey, like I said, you gotta take care of yourself. I've been chilling, enjoying myself, being able to go to bed when I'm able to go to bed and get up and be able to handle the last couple of weeks of school, because for those that are involved in education, you know these are some of the critical times. Young people are really in need, and family, some of the shock of them getting ready to get out of here. So on May 25th, we have the Malcolm X Festival, right? On May 25th, Malcolm X Revolutionary Leader Festival popping off at the Millennium Community School. We have warrior training today. I haven't sent out a text, so I'm going to get up and send out a text. We got the newsletter that's going to be dropping as well. And tomorrow we are doing a per Ankh, and I will go a little bit more in detail on that because I got that on my timeline. I want to make sure I give you the right time so that you come and you can support your brother Kwame, myself, Brother Kwame, Sister Navita. We all going to get up and address the whole Malcolm X piece. And I'm going to open up a bottle of that ambrosia. That's that original recipe right there. Been sitting. Yep. Just going to pop it open. Got to have you a glass or something underneath when you pop it, because you don't want it to just go all over the world, because it's active, it's a living thing. Ooh, y'all hear that? Look at that. Y'all see? Did y'all see how fast? Look, it's ready to come out. It's ready to serve. So we're going to cap it. You cap it just a little bit. Woo. Man. All right. I see you. It's ready to go. So I pop it and just let it leak out a little bit. But we're going to pour these libations to the Ancestor. And I like doing it live on air because I can save time and do it otherwise. There we go. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Look at that. I know people be like, why would you put up with that shit? Because that's letting you know that it's still active. That's letting you know that you're getting a live drink. That's letting you know that the health properties, because the same thing it's doing here and trying to clear shit out, trying to get out the bottle, is getting in your body and is pushing some of the toxins out. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know y'all hear that. And I can feel it. But it's sizzling down just a little bit, just enough so that we can go on and... My fault. My fault. So, the Daily Toast actually popped off when I started making this stuff here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I wanted to introduce the world to this June, to this kombucha, this style of kombucha. They call it the champagne of kombucha. You can see why they call it the champagne of kombucha right there, right? You know what I'm saying? Let me take a picture of that. That's hot. Boom, snapshot. Now I gotta find it. Another one. Let's get another one. Bop. There we go. Alright. So now, hopefully it'll be ready to open. You be like, brother, how Tim, half the bottle spills out. This is why I say open it in a larger bottle so that you can get everything. Right? I couldn't find my bottle cap opener. Could swear my children are drinking beer or something because I could never find my bottle cap opener. So, y'all see that? Y'all hear that? You hear that? I want to make sure y'all hear. Look at that. Now, the bottle is one of the best ways to drink it, but it's very, very hard for me to go on and do the bottles. As a matter of fact, I got some batches down in the basement that I'm going to start bottling up. Well, not bottling up, but I'm about to let it sit because I let this one sit for about 7 days. Mine didn't do that. You had, because it was still, hey, because this is the same batch that you got, Joe. But yours, I had just bottled it the night before, so all the pressure didn't build up. You still got the goodness. Don't miss it. You still get the goodness, but after it sit for a while, praise the Lord. All right, let's go on so we can do this conversation. First off, getting on to the Creator by whatever name you choose. Call that Creator. We lift up our glass. We salute those ancestors. We salute that Creator by whatever name you choose. Call the Creator, and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Y'all know where we go. We go to our list. Y'all ready? Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Tex, Sonny Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William, Walter, Christopher, Fanny, Gaston, Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva, Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Falar, Montague Pimenel, Normal X, Sapet Mont, Rob Malika Fakur, Dr. Mary Ann Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulliam, the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley, Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janet Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rendelman. Oh, you had the red one. Ooh, that one was good. Derek Rendelman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, B.D. Sale, Well, Levita Farmer, Agoso, Sue Shell, Harvey Ann, Charmaine, Evelyn Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thorne, Pearl G. Thorne, Allen Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles, Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Orange, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Banks, May Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Daniel Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Helen Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinero, Diamond Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Ellen Ohio, Franklin Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Didi Mont Aries, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. That was Ambrosia Red. That was the Red. William Walter West, Nigella Pearce, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFridas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Neilon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenball, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy. Reverend Roosevelt Word, the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Boots Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson, Seniors, Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Roy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino, Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erleton Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe, Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beer, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee, Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekel Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Kofer, George Swan, and Monia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. And moving to our extended list, which will end up on the sheet like this eventually. Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denisa Gore, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled Isen, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Albert Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominic Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, and Teresa Sambu. All right. So we lift up our glass to all those marvelous ancestors. And once again, family, I thank you for trusting me to be the one to represent and shout out the ancestors on a daily basis, even though I know that some of you out there are doing it as well. For those that want to know how to get hold of the list, there's several ways, but one of the ways is to get hold of a 2018 and 2019 Kwanzaa book, right? See that? Beautiful artwork. Somebody won that art piece. But we got more than just 2 pages. We got, but the list is in there, and your ancestors could be on the list next year. So next year, we're going to be moving into 3 and 4 pages. All right? Just the ancestors, saluting those ancestors that we lift up and we toast every day. And I'm kind of thinking, what holiday do we have that's specific to our ancestors? Got me thinking. All right, but hey, so we lift up our glass to all of our ancestors and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move into the present moment. And right now, we are on Kuumba. All the days are powerful. Kuumba, shouts out to all those Kuumba borns. The challenge family is to find Kuumba. Find Kuumba in your home, find Kuumba in the streets, find Kuumba on your job, find Kuumba in the restaurants, find Kuumba. Take a picture of it. Put a hashtag on it. Hashtag Kuumba. Hashtag Kuumba found. Hashtag Kuumba in action. Post it up. You can post it up on your timeline, but also take some time and post it up on Giami Journey. Family, we have to start looking for our principles in the world. We have to see them. We have to understand that what we're talking about is not just isolated to us and isolated to Kwanzaa, which is 7 days of the year, but it pops off all the time. And we have different people in different places using these principles and might not even know it. So we have to bring a light on it. We have to shine a light on it because we need to always remind ourselves that these principles are real. These principles work. These principles are alive in this moment. So right now, the challenge is to get out, activate those reticular formations, and hunt down Kuumba. We got a price on Kuumba's head, and we're going to find it. Right? So today, in this moment, right now, we are on Kuumba, which is creativity for those that don't speak the language, but everybody here should speak the language by now. Mayat, the Mayatic principle of the day is order. Color is orange. Didn't look for my orange shirt. Somewhere around here. Cause and effect is the Hermetic law. Man, cause and effect. So we're going to have to break down those Hermetic laws. We're going to have a discussion. We got to have discussions about these Hermetic laws. Male name for the day is Kwame. It's your day, Kwame. It's your day. It's your day, Kwame. It's your day. It's your day, Kwame. It's your day, Kwame. It's your day, Kwame. It's your day. So all those born on Kuumba, you not only have the beautiful name of Kwame, but you also can refer to yourself as Kuumba on this day. Like my dad's Coogee Chakalia. I'm a Coogee baby, right? All right. So, female name is Amma. Shouts out to all the Ammas out there. Ammas, throw your hands up. Throw your hands up. Ammas, throw your hands up. Throw your hands up. Amma. Throw your hands up. Right? Shouts out to all my Ammas out there. So family, we salute this moment because in this moment, we are alive. We are breathing. We have the ability to move our ancestor, our generational agenda one step closer to fruition. We are able to lay the foundation upon which our children that are yet to come are able to build their pyramids of greatness. In this moment, we are formulating and allowing ourselves to be consumed in our work so that we will be able to form the fertilizer that will provide the nutrients for the next generation to grow. And in them nutrients is the memory of the past, because like I tell y'all, family, we have a pact with our ancestors. We have a pact with the future generations, and we got to hold to the pact. So we lift up our glass in celebration of this moment, because nobody else can, and we have the ability to do it, right? So we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. Family, from here we move to our future generations. We toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity. We let them know in advance that we are thinking of them and we are preparing a place for them as we speak, right? So we lift up our glass and we toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity. We toast them in advance so that when it's their time to toast, your name will roll off their tongues. Because hell for African is what? Being forgotten. Lift up our glass and we say Ashe, right? From there, family, where do we go? We go to all of our relations and we toast all our relations and we say Ashe. From there, we move on, and from there, we go to that selfish toast. It's time for you. What do you need in this moment in order to be able to be the greatest in this moment? All right, family? What is it? It's for you. Go ahead. Take some time for yourself. Every warrior needs to take time for itself. Every now and then we need to take a moment, even in the midst of battle, to get our breath so we get back and start kicking ass again. All right? We got to collect ourselves. Sometimes we got to adjust our strategy. So sometimes we got to straighten up our uniforms and sometimes we got to get into ourselves so that we can go and serve the collective in a better way. So this toast is for you. Get that moment. Ashe. Last but not least, I'm going to toast the most marvelous, uplifting, outstanding, powerful, beautiful, inspiring, most motivated person in the room. And you know who that is? That's you. I toast you. I lift up my glass to you. And I pray that your day will be as beautiful as you are. That's the Hatem original right there, right? So we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy in 100 years. And now we can get the conversation popping off. Lines are open. We'll play a song. God damn. Ooh. Hot damn. Man, oh man. Hey, Clean. Yeah. Tell them, did the girls take a bath last night? Did y'all take a bath last night? No, they did not. Take a bath, please. We got to get ready. It's Warrior Training Day. So let me play some music for you real quick to get you. First, let's do a commercial.
I am a Giambi man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent sinner. I pledge to find and connect with my sinner. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Giambi warrior and to assist all those seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Giambi. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Giambi prayers that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. Subscribe as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations within the Giambi journey. Peace.
looking like getting better. When I left ya, I thought I'd be cool. I told myself I was over you, but I was lying through my teeth. I started crying immediately. I'm out of key. I'm begging you to come and help me get into you ain't been standing next to me. Now baby, you stay on beat. I'm pitiful. You stand alone. You're not helping me up. I'm bound too far. What can I do? What can I say to make you believe I really changed? I'm all the thing. I'm begging you to come and help me find my groove. A new beat, yes. I think I want some new sheets, and ooh, I think I want a new dime. See, you playing it for the last time. What am I supposed to do? Yes, I think I found a new girl. You little hand, a love did it wrong, baby. You did it. I won't even wash my sheets. I don't miss you, baby. Miss you. I don't miss you, baby. Can you please come home?
Family, you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty. This is Giami Journey Media. Girl, what's going on with you today? This is a Heart of a Simple production. This is the Daily Toast, and you know here your hustle builds muscle. That's right, son. Right? And you know we do nothing but strive to blow up your old paradigm. So here we go. I'm sitting here, and I need to make the announcement. Tawi Family Village, please join us for Per Ankh Imani, May 12th. Those that's on my timeline, y'all know what that means, right? May 12th, tomorrow, 2019, 11:30 a.m. Sabiat will be given by Brother Hatim Giame and Brother Kwame Kichler. We gonna burn that shit up, right? Hitting it from the angles that we know, right? Now, I can't remember exactly the title of how I'm phrasing it, so I will paraphrase. But it's along the lines of combating the randomness of the creation of a Malcolm X. Of course, you know I have to walk you through that hero's journey, walk you through that rites of passage piece. But the critical piece is combating the randomness of that shit. I'm getting fired up. Yo, family, I hope to see you. Make sure you bring a covered dish so that we can break bread together, right? At 1409 East Livingston Avenue. And I already know because me and Kwame was talking last night. Kwame is we getting hyped up. We gonna bring the fire. We gonna bring the heat. All you gotta do is bring the biscuits, right? Bring some food. You know what I'm? I don't eat meat, so bring something I can eat. I'm gonna turn it. Listen. You need to come on out. 1409 East Livingston, share. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to send it out on the Black Signal. You know. Also, we have finished the newsletter. I am just waiting to send it out. I'm going to send it out. I was hoping to get some people to proofread it, but you know, hey, I trust my people to do what they do. They ain't never say, Brother Hatim, we proofreaders. So, but I send it out anyway. I ain't get too many comments, so boom, that shit is about to get sent out. So the newsletter will be coming out. The main newsletter. Of course, you know we still raising funds for the Malcolm X, and we need your help. We are almost there, right? We are almost there. And like I said, family, we done paid for the stage. We got the down payment for the stage. We got to get the down payment for the DJ. DJ O Sharp is going to be in the house, right? We got the down payment for the musicians. You know what I'm saying? And we have built it. And you know they say, if you build it, they will come. We waiting for y'all to come, right? And I want to send shouts to everybody that has been out there hustling to help get this, hustling and building that muscling, right? Hustling and building muscle to make sure that this thing is going to happen, because some people have been doing some extraordinary moving. Right? Shouts out to Sister Navita Nelson, because she out there, she got the flyers, she done raised them, you know. We didn't know it was a competition to raising money until she took the lead. Once she took the lead, it was clear that it was a competition, because she called me and was like, yeah, you know, I raised out, you know, you're falling kind of short, you know. I'm like, oh. I didn't. I thought we. All right. I see how it works. So those people out there, I need some help. Right? I raised a little bit over 200. I need a little bit of help because Navita is slapping me in my face. It's like if we was running a 100-yard dash, she about 30 yards in front of me. Right? And I'm trying to keep up. So I need your help. You know what I'm saying? So when you donate, you know what I'm saying, when you give to the Malcolm X Festival, be like, boom, we supporting, we adding shoes to Brother Hatim. You know what I'm saying? We helping Brother Hatim kind of because Navita's, she beating it. But I know my people behind me right now. So, you know, so I'm going to post up the link so you can do it regardless of who you support, because we have young people. You can put it in the name of a young person. Hell, if you want to sponsor a vendor spot, you could do that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole piece of this, family, is a community gathering, and it's just an extension. Right now, we were blessed to be able to have a reason to move it to the 25th, because now it fits right in with the market. So listen, understand this market initiative is going to take us to a whole nother level, right? Family, the goal for the market is to be able to at least employ 1 or 2 individuals from our community, right? And that's what they do. They set up and they establish the market. I want to be able to have entertainment at the market. I don't want it to necessarily be a festival every month, but I want people to know that they're going to get some quality entertainment, as well as come and get some stuff from some of the best entrepreneurs in our community, because it's the entrepreneurs that actually provide jobs. So not only will the market provide jobs, but those entrepreneurs that are coming to the market and that are able to make enough money will also be able to provide jobs. And I know some of y'all like, oh, those little small jobs, but shit, small is better than none. And we have to start producing within our community. We got to start the reciprocity cycle working in our community. Right? A lot of us be wanting something for nothing. The universe don't work like that. The sacrifice you know what I'm saying? The reward reward and the sacrifice have to balance out. You know, they have to balance out. The sacrifice, boom, opens the door. The sacrifice is the key to us moving to the next level. I need people to understand that when we talking about like with Giammi Journey, like shit, we've been around for years in different forms, right? From Mac and Goddess of the Now to the Underground Railroad to merging with 35th Dynasty, all the way down to Giammi Nation Builders Club, then to Giammi Tribe, Giammi Family, then into where we are now, Giammi Journey Media. We've been around for years. So of course we got principles and shit that we live by. And the primary thing that we try to make sure that everybody get, because everybody might not get the same thing, because when you come, it kind of is structured on what you want, what you need, right? You know, because I could take everybody through the same curriculum, but you don't have the same needs. Generations change, so people need different things, and you get out what you put in. So if you ain't putting in shit, you ain't getting nothing. If you don't have skin in the game, it don't count for you, right? So let me say this: honor, loyalty, and sacrifice. Those are the three. Those are the pillars of which a Giammi man and a Giammi woman lives and strives. Honor, loyalty, and sacrifice. Just saying it. I'm just saying it. And I know that kind of grates some of your ears, because you know shit. We live in a society where honor is not sacrifice. Loyalty. Hold on, nigga. Hold on. How much you paying? Right? You know what I'm saying? Those principles, those standards have fallen everywhere because everybody's chasing the goddamn bag. I like a bag, but I don't chase the bag. I have things in my life that are more valuable than a bag. Right? I'm just telling y'all, family. So, you know, when you addressing Giammi, please understand, right? You coming at honor, loyalty, and sacrifice. This is how, you know, I got people that's been around Giammi Journey longer than they've been adults. I strive when somebody is serious about Giammi, I strive to improve their lifestyle. I ain't got no money, but I strive. Everybody that I come in contact with, I'm already looking at how I can fit them in. And if they serious about what we doing, I'm trying to figure out how can I help them improve their lifestyle, because I understand that somebody that's serious about this, somebody that understands honor, loyalty, and sacrifice, that if I'm able to put them in a position where they could get or assume a closer proximity to stability, they're going to help and take care of other people in our circle. See, because, and I don't want to get it twisted now, and I know I'm going off bad, but listen to me, family. It took me years and years to get clear on this, right? But because we are the way we are as a people, and because we have not been able to truly identify ourselves as we have in the last couple of years, because at one point in time we had a continent, because I want you to understand this, the dangers of a continental identity, the dangers of a big identity. And Giammi, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been trying to get people to understand, listen, we Giammi tribe, family. All the other tribes we participate with and stuff like that, but you got to take care of your home first. A lot of people can't get this. It shoots over their head. It makes them uncomfortable. You got to take care of home first, right? So what ADOS did for a lot of people is it gave that identity that they could plug into, and it allowed them to establish borders, because even before the whole ADOS talk was talking, we on Giammi Journey was talking about establishing borders. personal borders in our lives, group borders. Everybody couldn't be a part. This is what rites of passage was about, and a lot of people don't want to deal with this piece. Rites of passage eliminated those. Let me say that again. Eliminated those that were not able to cross. Either they died in the process, or they were stuck as eternal children in the village and were laughed at. Basically, get away. You serve no purpose. And this is what we have to start training our young people to understand. Family, listen, you have to serve a purpose. You have to be able to serve the community. That's what adulthood is about. It's not about the community serving you. It's about you serving your community and you being able to protect that community and that interest. When you become a universal motherfucker, you are no good to nobody. Except for those that's going to use you. When you have a clear identity, you benefit the world. Why? Because you build up that group. And if that group has a benevolent goal, they will be able to help others. If they are benevolent, they will help others. If they are selfish, they will become even more selfish. And what we have is we have small cliques of groups of individuals that are totally selfish, totally self-interested. And this is what they produce. It's all about the bag with them. And they run this shit. Why? Because they're clear on their identity. You challenge their identity, they'll kill your ass. Where are we at? Where are we at with that in that culture piece, in the cultural piece, as far as us? Anybody could say that anybody could walk up into our shit and be like, I'm down with y'all. No, nigga, you not. No, brother, you not. No, sister, you not. Where is your sacrifice? Where's your honor? Where's your loyalty? I get up every morning and do this because this is part of my sacrifice. Charity starts at home. And for those people that are into the scripture, I want you, listen to me. Those of you that listen to the Bible, I want you to read through, and I want you to understand the way that the people of that Bible, because I'm using that book because that's a major book for a lot of black folks in America. I want you to go to the Old Testament. I want you to look at how those people of the book looked at themselves. When they loaned money to each other, they didn't charge interest. When you were part of them, they fed your ass. When you was outside of them, they was able to charge you interest. They was able to do anything to you. They were able to kill you. They were able to kill your wife. They were able to kill your children. They was able to enslave you. But if you was in that group, you had certain protections. And I got to ask the conscious community this. What are the protections that we provide for those people that belong to us? What are the borders? What are the limits of what others outside of us can do to us? We didn't have it. You know why? Because we're trying to be continental people. We're trying to be a universal people, and that shit don't work. It's not healthy. It's not right-minded. You can't practice honor, loyalty, and sacrifice when you're down with everybody. When you're down with everybody, you're down with nobody. I'm down with love, Brother Hatim. Love starts at home too. Down with peace, Brother Hatim. Peace starts at home first. All these principles that we talk about start from the inside and work their way out. A lot of us, we start on the inside of us and we get peaceful and then get meditative, and then all of a sudden we're able to join a crew outside of our whole collective. It's full of people that's vibrating on different levels, and we're so fucking deep. We could talk to anyone, and we have so much in common with. We find it within ourselves, and then we jump outside of who we are. Dangerous, and unhealthy. Because it's your tribe that protect your children. And this is what we got to understand about this call for reparations. This is not just a call so that you can get a check. I need people to understand this. Please understand when I'm saying cut the check or I'm agreeing with some of those people. I'm understanding, and I understood it because I taught those of us that's been on Giambi Journey. I told y'all 2 years ago that this was a generational war. This generational warfare. So we have to be able to prepare the next generations to carry on the banner, to carry on the warfare that is being inflicted upon us, and we have to start being able to send some motherfucking casualties back the other way. Politically, socially, economically, and if need be, physically. Come on, fam. It's not hard. It's not hard to understand. It's not hard. You have to take care of your tribe first. You have to take care of your people first. But first, you got to be able to identify your people. And when you are taking care of your people, because listen, how can you trust somebody that don't take care of their own? I mean, you can go to the rooms and while you're there, everybody's going to have high praises for you. But how can you trust a person that don't take care of their own? Come on, fam. It ain't hard to see. So I'm going to share this article, and if we don't get no call-ins or no comments, Brother Kwame said, Mario Beatty wrote a piece on Mayati, the two truths, where he explains that Mayat is not applicable outside of us. The book was the preliminary challenge by ASCAP. See, and people got to understand that. See, those principles don't work outside the group. How the fuck am I supposed to deal with my enemy in truth? I'm supposed to be honest with my enemy? Huh? That shit makes you, that makes you a sheep. That makes you a sheep. Make you easily guided and makes it easy for your enemy to tear you asunder. This is the problem with scholarship, because motherfuckers get caught up in these vacuums where they are in this imaginary world where they don't listen. Listen. One of the reasons that I am the way I am is that I thrust myself, because I could have fell in love with books and did the scholarship shit and pursued all that. But I had a desire and a need to get out here and really find out about my people. So a lot of my philosophy is not shaped by theory, it's shaped by niggas. Dealing with them in actual real life. Like, goddamn. Okay, covered that shit wasn't covered in the book. What we have is we have, and another piece that cause I didn't mean to even get on this. Another piece that I want, cause like this was fighting the randomness. When a people is conquered, all the systems of that people become possessions of those that have conquered them. All systems become a tool of the people that have conquered them. I want you to think about this, because I hear this all the time. Matter of fact, Vlad just had an argument with Lord Jamar on Vlad TV because he said that Dr. Sebi wasn't a doctor. And I didn't see the video, I just seen the clip. Not even the clip, I just read it. But Lord Jamar is arguing the fact that I don't know what Lord Jamar is. I'm gonna put it this way. But there's an argument because Vlad says that Dr. Sebi is as much a doctor as Dr. Dre is. See, now that brings up the question, who certifies our freedom fighters? Who certifies those individuals that are talking about liberation? Where do their credentials come? Who certifies those that work with our children? Who certifies those that make it possible for us to buy houses? Who certifies those that make it possible that make it possible for people to manage our retirement? Who certifies everything around us? Where is their education coming from? That is the problem of randomness, because the very systems that we need to create who we need when we need them is not in working for us. It's working for others. So Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey and Booker T. Washington came up in spite of that shit. And we need to eliminate how that shit works so that we could take control and start breeding and teaching and building up the men and women that we need to move to the next generation. It can't be no random shit no more. We can't depend on randomness no more. The reason Ma'at has become a universal ideal is because Ma'at, as the way it's being taught to us, is coming from universities. Listen to the name. Universities. Not downplaying what somebody studied, but in order for a lot of these people that call themselves doctors to be certified, they got to prove themselves to these very white institutions that we know took advantage of us and built their wealth up on the backs and on the bones. Matter of fact, some of these college campuses are built on top of the bones and was built by the hands of our ancestors. So yeah, I have a problem with that. And I have a problem with motherfuckers throwing up the fact that their certifications, I'm more qualified to lead because the white people, basically because this is what they said, because the white people told me so. This is what we say. That shit cool, right? Give me a fucking break. Now let me show you how this is a generational warfare, and then I'm going to get up off of here. So if you want more, I'm throwing down tomorrow with Brother Kwame, right? With Sister Navita. I'm smashing some shit tomorrow. I'm blowing up paradigms. I'm hurting feelings. Because I'm 51. I'm on a downhill slope of my life. I have no more time to be fighting and bickering over bullshit. And our people have no more time to be fighting and bickering over bullshit. Because we have been systematically put out of the game. And because we don't recognize that fact, we're marching in an orderly fashion to our own destruction. Give me a motherfucking break. So I got an article on here from earlier this week. America spends more on its prison system than it does on its education. You go and check that one out for yourself. Incredible. But is it? Sasha, you in there cooking?
No. I just made me some cereal. Now I'm washing my dish.
You washing your dish?
Yeah.
Shouts out to Sasha washing her dish. This is real life. This is real life. Sasha, get the black hand. You go, girl. All right, so now, I want y'all to listen to this. Can the racial wealth gap be closed without speaking of race? First off, it's called the racial wealth gap. Race is implied in the goddamn name. But yet we want to tiptoe around this shit. It's a racial wealth gap. But I'm going to go. Need some more. Listen, family. It's called a racial wealth gap. Now, let me go on. So, this is what I put on top of it. Here comes the workaround approach. Because now there's certain approaches that they hit us with. And all we got to do is go back to history and we can start looking at the strategies. It's just like putting together the book 48 Laws of Strategy. Right? So now, since the reparations piece is big, now they got to figure out how can we work around this? How can we come up with an intelligent argument to combat this, even though it's due, and we all know that it's due, but we can't allow the reparations to happen because here comes the workaround approach. Please understand that the issue of reparations is a generational one. It has to be approached as so. We have to be in the struggle for the long haul. It is a marathon and not a dash. ADOS, get your running shoes on. That's us. We got to get our running shoes on. This is a marathon. This is generational. We're not talking 1 year, and we're not talking about us necessarily getting checks in our lifetime. We're not talking about us and some of the changes even affecting us in our lifetime, but we have a responsibility to make sure that our children, if we are going to stay here and if we are going to be here because we have nowhere else to go, because I be hearing people, well, I'm moving to Africa. You been to Africa before? No. But that's part of my plans. So you never visited? Nope. Why you never visited? I ain't had the money. So how are you going to get the money to move? Do we not understand that the majority of us here in this country can't afford to go to the next state, let alone to the next motherfucking country? We don't understand that? Do we not understand that when you get over to a country, you are going to have to pay bills still? Africa's not bill free. No part. You need capital. You need money. And all your money was stripped from you systematically over generations. All right, let's go. Let me check why it's pulling up. Let me go to the restream chat. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna read the beginning of this real quick, and then we're gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna get my babies ready so that we can go. Can the racial wealth gap be closed without speaking of race? Political momentum on the left for such an effort must face the reality of legal obstacles, particularly from the Supreme Court. This is why I'm saying it's a generational piece, family. Because any legislation that comes through, one of the first things that people are going to do, even those people that are acting like they're for it, is going to say or is going to use, is they're going to use the Supreme Court. So we got to be 30 years. We got to be 30 years out with our planning. What's wrong with us saying that, just like Brother Hatim said, by 2023, we want to control 3 seats in the city council? What's wrong with us saying by 2050, we want to control 3 seats in the Supreme Court? We got people with the skills. We got people with the mind state. We got people in political positions that we can elevate and make sure that when some of these old crotchety motherfuckers pass away, that our crew is already ready to move in there. So when they start bringing these arguments across, we already slapping them down. Psh, psh. Strategy. It's simple. It's simple. My life is not my own. I have to make sure that the soil is prepared for my children's life, my grandchildren's life, up into 7 generations. How can I plan for 7 generations if I'm fully immersed in just doing and thinking about everything now? I have to be planting my trees so that my children can eat its fruit and my grandchildren can eat its fruit. I have to be planting the forest so that my children can cut down the wood. And I'm not just talking about in an actual manner. I'm talking about in a mental construct. I'm just using those as metaphors. Fruit. The seeds that we plant now might not, you know what I'm saying? I told people a long time ago, because I get interviewed about working with the young people I work with. I say, we have to understand that we're not working with a rotational crop like corn or soybeans. These young people are like trees. The young people we work with are like trees. We're planting seeds that we might not even be alive to see the fruit that's going to come from them. And I can't be attached with the fruit. I got to make sure I keep the weeds away. I got to make sure that they're receiving the proper nutrition so that they can fight off the bugs and the parasites that's going to come. I got to make sure that they're able to grow. And maybe my son might be able to sit up under the shade. And maybe my grandchild might not only be able to sit up under the shade, but they'll be able to eat the fruits from the tree. See? My elder told me a long time ago, this is Dr. Kelsey, words from Dr. Kelsey. The patient man eats ripe fruit. And when I was young, I couldn't get with that shit. I'm older now. I get with it. I get younger people to understand it. We could demonstrate that shit for them now. Right? We all got access to cameras. We could demonstrate this shit right now. So let's read the first couple of paragraphs, because that's Elizabeth Warren wants to offer down payment assistance to home buyers in formerly red line neighborhoods where the federal government once denied access to the mortgages. And I can tell you the problem with that in a second. Cory Booker would like to create a baby bonds that will be worth more to children in poor families, helping them one day to buy houses or other assets. Both presidential candidates say their proposal will aid in narrowing the enduring black-white wealth gap in America. But neither policy attempts to do that in the most direct way possible, by steering benefits to African Americans. You can't talk about a racial wealth gap, but then try to, you understand? You know what I'm saying? You got the flu, but we're going to battle the runny nose. That shit don't work, nigga. Here's more tissue. Shut up. Blow your nose. I'm the doctor. I know. Here, you just going to blow your nose. But I got other symptoms. Fuck the other symptoms. Just blow your nose. You deal with the flu by dealing with the flu. You deal with the disease by dealing with the disease. You don't deal with the symptoms. Redlining was a symptom of the bigger problem. All right. Their ideas, along with several others that scholars advocate, are facing a tricky problem today. Listen. There's growing momentum on the left to address the racial wealth gap, but the prospects for race-based policy before the Supreme Court are unpromising, and that's unlikely to change with 5 conservative justices. The court is functionally not now going to be an ally in anything here, so you have to be careful. And Mirza Baradaran, a law professor at the University of Georgia who has written about the racial wealth gap. A wealth gap. The court is unlikely to uphold baby bonds or housing programs explicitly for African Americans, even if the remedy disparities created when many government benefits were explicitly for whites. Affirmative action and government contracting programs have similarly struggled to meet or skirt the court's strict scrutiny for applying benefits by race. So what they're painting out now is, all right, cool, I agree with you, but we'll never get it past the courts. No, we won't. Right? So family, like I said, we got a new focus. Supreme Court justices, huh? Are they really as big of a problem as people paint out? I'm just going to leave it there. Y'all going to finish reading the rest of it on Giambi Journey. Family, I'm going to check the chat one more time if there's nothing going on in there. I am Brother Hatim. There's nothing going on. There's nobody on the line. So my job is done. My conscience is clear. I pour for my ancestors, and I have had a talk with my family. Hopefully you like, you share. If you're on YouTube or whatever, like, share. Thank you for joining us, and I am out.